Real quick here, you guys got out rushed on the ground by a Sandusky squad that obviously has some very talented backs over there. Going into that ball game last night, Wedge was 23 yards away from 1,000 yards, and he put up a heck of a performance last night. But you guys did a good job ultimately when it came down to it in that pressure situation to make the plays and make the plays that count. What was the game plan kind of going into last night?
And you got to give it up to the 12th man on the field. The crowd definitely traveled very well last night. It was very into it towards the end there. You could hear them plenty over the Sandusky crowd. We were on the Sandusky side calling the game, but yeah, give it up to the Cass City fans as well for showing up and showing out and doing their part in the sidelines. And does Colin Rubel get like a steak dinner or something for getting that big sack at the end?
Well, heck of a performance last night, Coach Cuthrell. Thanks for joining us this morning as well.
And hey, Coach, real quick, by chance, could we get the Montrose film from you? Millington? Okay.
There you go.
I'll send you an email. Thanks,
All
bud.
right.
Hey, safe travels.
Thanks, Coach. Yep, bye. All right, Coach Scott Cuthrell. Big win last night for Cass City over Sandusky. I went in there and I picked against Sandusky in the paper, which, going back to my old home, my old stomping grounds, it's tough to do. But
You did the anti-bub.
I did. I
Yes.
did.
I guess probably people would say the
Anti-Christian.
anti-Christian.
But yeah, no, I did pick against them, and for a while there, I was like, okay, Sandusky's showing me that I was dumb for making that pick, and then here comes Cass City roaring back in a heck of a second half, more so a heck of a fourth quarter for Cass City.
Well, Scott, you kind of said an accurate statement on the radio last night, and it kind of stuck with me as a Sandusky fan. Stop the quarterback.
Yeah, that was what they kept
Everybody's
yelling.
been howling that all year long, folks. So I mean, it's nothing new. And as Coach Cuthrell said, Saint is just kind of that athlete. He's gonna make plays happen with his feet and with his arms. And he made a heck of a play last night happen with his arm when he was under pressure all the way and ended up connecting. Just a huge play. Actually, I think a huge play. Maybe the leg of Zach Beecher last night. After scoring that touchdown, being able to pin Sandusky deep to start with, he kicked the ball off and it landed at the 2-yard line where Wedge took it over. Had a nice little return, but Zach Beecher has been kind of that nice little addition. He's that weapon that you kind of keep in your back pocket, especially on a football team when you can pin anybody deep.
Next week's going to be huge. As dominant, as good as Cass City has been the last 4 or 5 years, they still don't have that elusive district title.
Yeah.
And this will be the first time, because back in the early 2000s when they were making the playoffs a lot, they were a Class B school, so they played some Lake Fentons, some Garbers, and Bertrands in the playoffs, Millington and Frankville. But this is going to be the first time as a Class C school that they played someone outside of the thumb. So this was really going out of their comfort zone a little bit. And as he said, Coach Edmund Lothrop has this really good wide receiver, Division I talent. So just going to be a different type game for Cass City, and be awesome to come away with that victory against a school like that, that storied in that division, and to come away with their first district championship. It would be incredible for the whole program itself.
Oh yeah, it'd be huge.
You want to talk about fans following?
Yes,
they looked good last night. Yeah, they definitely showed up, and they were there to represent their team, and they did a heck of a job cheering them on to a victory, because I know that when they got down, I'm sure that helped out a ton. Looking over there and seeing all those, and they could feel it. I mean, and when they got that touchdown to get them back to within a touchdown, they were able to pull their way back into it. Are we supposed to get another phone call? 11,
Should be
10:20.
10:20 or something.
All right.
Should be it, huh?
Let's talk sports. Good morning. Hello. Just Coach.
Coach.
Coach Dantinne? Hey, good morning. How you doing? Great. I'm sure you had a big win last night over Ithaca. I know Christian's been walking around with his chest popped out this morning.
You can't tell at all.
But definitely very well-deserved game that there was some talk going into it that, you know, Millington, watch out for Millington for the upset. And I know a lot of Millington faithful were saying, we can go in there, we can win this game. And they believed, and that's exactly what you guys did last night.
Yeah, you know, I really felt last night, you know, and just to be frank, we walked in there and kicked their ass, and there's no better way to put that.
You can say that on the air.
Yes, you can. There's no better way to put that. You know, they had 50 scored on them since 2001, and I just, you know, we sort of punched them in the mouth, and they didn't really know how to respond.
Hey, Coach, talk a little bit about Jackson Shreve for us. Obviously, he's we call him a man-child out there running the ball. I mean, he's just a big back, obviously, kind of a running style sort of to a Jared role, but I say with a little bit more speed. Tell me a little bit how he's really played a valuable role this year in your offense. Yeah, also, let's talk a little bit about that offensive line. You lost a lot of key components from last year's squad, and they've done a fantastic job up front for your running backs and for your quarterbacks. I mean, just touch a little bit on that offensive line. I mean, losing players like you did last year, all-staters, things of that nature. I mean, some kids have really stepped up big for you on that offensive line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was just going to mention that because you definitely over the last couple of weeks we've had some people step up. You know, Ethan Brady being the one, lays to set a couple picks, and last night he looked really fast last night as well. When that 50-yard touchdown, he caught the ball and took off. And then Keegan Butterfield last night making a couple of nice defensive stops, 2 really big plays, especially the one on 4th down. Scoring a touchdown. So it's those kind of people stepping up, making plays that has really driven us the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm.
We knew that they could run some critical routes on us. They're very athletic over there. As part of our TV service responding against the ball for 40 times, we just couldn't get home, on some of our blitzes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big quarterback. Generation there with our ball that's going to know. We put some of our kids on an island and they stepped up and phenomenal plays about their secondary.
Coach, real quick, I'm sure Christian can touch on this as well. What is it about Millington football that when the playoffs come around, they just come alive? It just seems like they go into the playoffs and everyone's like, all right, maybe an early exit for Millington this year, and then somehow they come alive and upset a team like in Ithaca.
Coach, real quick here. Christian touched on this before the air, and I kind of want to bring it up. What does this say about the Tri-Valley East in the last couple years here? 2 teams have knocked off Ithaca at home, one being obviously Frankenmuth, and now you guys being in Millington. I mean, what does that say about the Tri-Valley East? Take a look at the coming matchup that you guys are going to have with Montrose. A little bit about that game. Tell me, I mean, what are you looking at just as of right now? Obviously, you're going to take a look at a lot of game film going on, but maybe a quick look at Montrose. I mean, what do you get from the snippet? Just kind of taking a look at them real quick.
We just got off the air with Coach Cuthrell from Cass City, and he said just send him a request. He'll get you there week 1 against Montrose. Yep.
All right, well, look forward to that game next week. And again, congratulations, Coach, on the big win over Ithaca last night. Enjoy it a little bit, and then probably go right back to work against this Montrose squad. It's going to be coming up next week, and going for another district title over in Millington. That seems to be, like you said, the tradition continues over in Millington. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach.
All right, Coach. Coach Lenny Dantinne right there from the Millington Cardinals, and it's funny because if you look at Ithaca's, obviously they have all their league titles or whatever all printed up there at Montrose, kind of the same way. So you're going from one football cathedral to maybe a smaller, minier version of it, but it's still a very nice complex over there in Montrose.
Extremely nice.
Remember, what year was that they played the playoffs there on a Saturday? I went over there.
2000. Well, I guess
it's been a while.
I have it up right now. We just played them 2 years ago in the district final. Beat them in the district final in Millington. But before that, we went over there in 2013. No, not 2013. 2012.
Yep.
And lost to them in the district finals.
That was when they came back and won that game.
Yes, and the Maxon kid broke his leg.
Yes.
Well, no, it wasn't Maxon. It was Hudson.
Oh, it was Hudson?
Hudson broke his leg. That's what
so
it was.
many names.
But yeah, an interesting game. And, as Coach Dantinne said, the Millington has kind of a rich tradition with Montrose, even though they've only played each other, I think I looked 10 times now since, and the first game they played was 1935. But only 10 times, 7 of those coming in the playoffs. It's tied up 5-5, 4-3 in the playoffs, and it's kind of the home field advantage usually wins.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens come Saturday, or Friday. I'm assuming it's going to be Friday anyways. But.
And if you look at it, as we're getting ready for the Kingston girls coming on in here in just a minute, if you look at it too, Millington's breakdown of their losses this year, you lost to a Frankenmuth squad that can going to continue on in the playoffs. You lost to an Alma squad that trounced Big Rapids last night. They're going to continue on in the playoffs. So outside of Sylvania, which is the first game of the year, you get your feet. Obviously we saw with with a lot of squads at the very beginning of the year, they kind of get their foot or their footing. Thank you. Their footing and get things rolling. And it was a tight game, but then go on a roll and then lose to Frankenmuth and Alma. But when you say good losses, that's good losses going on into the playoffs, and they come back and get a win over Warren Michigan Collegiate. So battle tested going in. Taking out Ithaca in a big way, dropped 50 on them, and now going up against a Montrose Ram squad that's got a very rich tradition as well. So it should be a fun one against Millington and Montrose.
A couple good football teams winning some really good games last night.
Yes.
That's huge.
So congratulations to Millington. Congratulations to Cass City moving on, and we got some other football we'll talk about a little bit later on. We're going to jump back in with some volleyball in a little bit and talk to the Kingston girls. Big season for them, going undefeated and picking up the NCTL Stars Division Championship the other night. So let's take a break. We'll come back. We got more Let's Talk Sports. Once again, brought to you by Air Advantage right here. It is Classic Rock I92.
Rock I92.
Yeah,
hey, it's Bob Hughes from the Morning Traffic Jams. I want to
Millington.
tell you about Air Advantage wireless internet services. Since I've lived in the Thumb, the only choice I've had for internet has been wireless, because that's just how it is out here. I went through 2 other providers before.
Yeah, they're coming up right now. Chris got to get them.
We are still live too.
Okay. We'll watch ourselves.
Yeah.
I'll tell Christian. He's the one that I worry about the most. Did the audio work or no?
So stay tuned.
Nope.
No. So it's just video right now.
Yeah, and the program started updating when you guys first started. I don't know why. So we didn't get in until like halfway through the phone call, the first phone call.
Oh really?
Yeah, but
No, what do you mean by updating? What happened?
well, we're still live right now, but it started updating, and I'll explain later. It's a long story. But yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to get a cord for next week. So we just need that line in cord right there. So all we need is an auxiliary cord from here with a headphone jack to there, and it should work. I'll talk to Bob about it this week and get everything figured out on that. But he said he's got the cords at home, but he doesn't know where they are right now. So I'll talk to him and see.
Alright.
What he's got going with that.
I might have to cord now, but
Well,
I don't want to take that chance right now.
No, that's totally fine. I'll talk to him, and if anything, he'll get in contact with you guys if he has any questions.
I didn't know about it either. So
Yeah, right. Okay. Set him up for failure.
It's on YouTube Live.
You come on in. You're fine.
And who doesn't love Big Boy?
Yeah,
You're fine.
You can go over there.
Friends and neighbors. It's local people giving you local service from your local cellular company, Thumb Cellular. It's why we became a local cellular carrier and why we are staying local. There's nothing like small town life. Experience the Thumb Cellular difference with locations in Van Nuys, Carroll,
I knew about 2 of them. I didn't know about the third one.
I didn't go, but I was hearing the
That's what.
updates.
Yeah, Brandon shot me a text last night at like 10:30. He's like,
meteorologist
we might
Jennifer
slim on people
Cheeks
coming in
Steve
tomorrow.
Thumb's classic rock
Like,
I92
just stay home.
Scattered rain showers likely today. Otherwise, cloudy skies.
Christian, we got a new.
Temperatures reach up to 45.
Is that her?
Winds 8 to
I don't know.
15
Is
miles
it?
per hour.
We got a new Let's Talk Sports bunker made for us.
Sweet. Who made it?
We'll find out in a
Cloudy
second.
skies
Bob?
tomorrow.
Huh?
Scattered
Bob?
rain showers
No.
likely. Temperatures reach up to 46. And that's the Thumb's classic rock I92
You may have heard of her
forecast. I'm meteorology
Oh, sweet.
meteorologist.
Did you see that article I shared on Facebook
Yeah.
from Marina?
Welcome back to the only complete high school sports talk show in the Thumb. Let's talk sports. Now sit down, or I'll turn this thing around.
Hi, this is Erica Triber, former USA Patriot and current Tennessee Volunteer, and you are listening to Let's Talk Sports.
Love it.
Triber.
Boom, just
I
like
love
Out
that.
of Knoxville.
And did you see somebody posted something on Twitter on what Tennessee's record is with her hitting percentage being
Yeah.
Yes.
above-
She's getting no love at all.
at 10-2
Yeah,
or
anybody?
12-2. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, it's awesome.
And she's getting no love from any of the voting or anything like
No.
that, it sounds like. So she is going to be home during the holidays, and she's hoping we're going to be on the air, and we
We'll
can
be
get
on
her
the
in.
air.
So we'll hopefully
we
get
may not
Erica
be
in.
on the air, but we'll be on the air for her.
Yeah, we'll definitely make time for Erica. We'll make the entire hour dedicated to the Tennessee Volunteer.
We'll make it the Erica Triber show.
There you go. If Raina wants to come in too, we can get Raina Frost in here as well.
There we go.
So Erica and Raina's show.
Yes.
Chris,
Maybe we'll lose our jobs.
I mean, they can take them if they want. They don't like making
They'll have
money.
them.
They can have my job. I mean, but Chris, we got some guests in the studio. We got a couple,
A couple. 1, 2, 3. I lost count. They're behind me.
and they are on video.
Yeah, they are on video.
They hate us.
They hate me right now because they did not know. They did not know. So
You guys didn't go through the makeup room on the way out?
Obviously, we didn't.
yeah.
That's why you're wearing
the wrong
that.
stairs.
But we do have the. Oh, hang on one second.
Got a caller?
Yes. Let's talk sports. Good morning. Hey, Bob. What's up? How's it going? They're right here, right now.
You want to talk to him?
How's Hunter James doing?
What's the latest update, ladies?
He's okay. He's good.
He's okay.
He's okay. They stated he's okay.
You didn't hear it from us. What other radio station are you listening to, Bob? Thought we were your only radio station. Oh,
Are you cheating on us?
come on.
With Presnell?
Was it Presnell? Was he on? Who was on?
Oh,
Who hosts that? We'll have to go right after him. He's not going to answer us.
no.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I guess he's okay.
At least Presnell's a militant guy.
Yeah,
He
that's
is.
true.
Yeah.
So, Bob, did you pick Cass City or Sandusky? I can't remember. Okay, so
That's a good pick.
Did you pick Millington or Ithaca?
Bad pick. Always pick the Cardinals, right? Always pick the Cardinals.
Did you pick? So, what did you think about the game last Saturday?
You still rooting for Michigan State there, Bob?
Are you jumping ship? Oh, okay. All
I thought I
right.
heard him say boiler up. I don't know what I heard.
He's not a Purdue fan. What's one? Oh. Who are you going to pick? You know yet, or are you going to sleep on it?
Always pick the Cardinals. Just like
Wise
yes,
Okay, there you
just
go.
like the Kingston
All right, he
Cardinal
learned.
volleyball team, you always pick them. You always pick the Middleton Cardinals in football.
He learned his lesson. All right, Bob. Well, keep listening on in, and we'll talk to you soon, I'm sure, somewhere around. And are you going to be out at the gymnasiums this year? Going to be doing basketball games? Yeah? Okay, good.
Scott will take your popcorn this year, okay? Promise.
Okay. Ooh, now
I always take your popcorn. Come on, Bob.
now you're in trouble. Did yeah, oh yeah, I take care of them all the time. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, I remember, Bob, 2 years ago. I remember. You wanted me to take them out. Yeah, I took care of them, Bob. Don't worry about it. I try to get Adam on the air so you can yell at him. But he's not here. He wouldn't show up. He's afraid of you, Bob. Yeah.
I'll yell at him. I'd like to.
All right. Well, Bob, enjoy the rest of your Saturday, man. All right, talk to you soon. All right, there you go. Bob Armstrong, our biggest fan.
Any of you ladies know Bob? Oh, never mind. Every single
Everybody knows Bob. I mean, come on. But before Bob gave us a call there and graced us with his presence this morning. Thank you, Bob. I wasn't sure if he'd call in. Marlette not playing right now, but
I know. It's kind of surprising.
he is. He's listening to other radio stations before us. He's getting a sports talk.
Extremely jealous.
He's getting a sports talk information from somebody else, but nobody else has the Kingston Cardinals volleyball squad in the studio, and we do.
I don't even know if anybody else is bringing any kind of area athletes into their studio.
We do on the weak side, though.
We do? Or the left side.
Left side, I'm sorry.
Left side. Left side.
Inside joke. We probably shouldn't put those on TV.
It's all right. they can't see it. It's okay. But yeah, they probably will, and we'll get called out. But nonetheless, let's get back to the Lady Cards. Great season this season. Undefeated NCTL Stars championship. Who are we going to call it first, Chris?
Coach Hunter. Step on up. Just like that, right? We'll lower it for you.
Thank you. Had to lower it down to my level.
Yeah, no problem. It's all right. It's okay.
Story of my life.
Hey, Coach Hunter, you've had a great season this year, obviously, and the first time ever that the Lady Cards have gone undefeated in volleyball. Tell me a little bit about the season, kind of how it started out, and obviously where you finished thus far.
It's been quite the roller coaster ride. I knew I had a good group coming back. We were pretty pumped when the bond passed, but then once we got closer to the season and realized that it was going to kind of affect our practice availability, it made it for a little bit more of an interesting story. So we started out for the the game against Mayville on the 4th of October was the first time that we were in the high school gym. Prior to that, we'd basically been in the elementary cafeteria.
Play basketball there, that's not fun.
Yeah, so it was a different atmosphere. So, you look at our schedule, maybe we don't have some of the bigger out-of-conference games that some of the other teams might have, or tournaments or that kind of thing, but these girls have been tested in kind of other ways. I apparently didn't plan a test on Tuesday, but tested them. We had the last 2 games here at home and a big one against Dryden. Second place in the league on Tuesday, and I managed to catch the stomach flu between Monday and Tuesday. So it would basically keep that or some other huge disaster to keep me away. But I didn't make it to the game Tuesday night, so they dropped the first 2 sets down. So I was getting text updates from my bed, wanting to check my phone against the wall, and then they came back and won the last 3.
You didn't FaceTime in and
they wouldn't have wanted to see my face, that's for sure. Yeah, so I was funny because I took a nap during one of the sets because I was getting pretty stressed and, felt like crap. So I set the phone down, I woke up, we won the 4th set, so I did my part. But those girls held up there into the bargain, so it was good to be back all together on Thursday. But yeah, it's been quite the adventure.
A little bit about the home gymnasium. Obviously, you girls got to christen it with a league title. So I mean, kind of how special is that the volleyball team? You start out, you're winning, you go the perfect season in there, then you turn around, you get the league title on that floor, and then Scott and I were actually there on Thursday, and we got to see the center court lights get dimmed out.
We fancy, cool. Yeah. They can do all kinds of stuff. Yeah. No, it was really cool. I think it was really special to us, and I know the girls and I have talked about it a little bit, that we get to be the first ones to play, not only play on it, but also to bring home a title on it, and to have the first trophy ceremony on our floor was pretty cool too. So, no, it's definitely been an honor. As someone who obviously played at Kingston before, it still feels like an away game a little bit because the gym looks a little bit different, but it's been great to be part of both sides of things, the old and the new.
Now, does the gym look bigger to you? Obviously, being the light color floor that's there. They kind of took out maybe a few rows.
Yes.
I mean,
well, compared to the elementary cafeteria,
But
huge.
did they take some out of the bleachers?
Yes.
Okay.
Due to like code and stuff like that, you have to have so many like stairways
that's right,
and
yeah.
stuff. So, and then from each side of the door, they took away a few. So.
Okay, so I guess it wouldn't look. I just thought maybe it was the lighting from the pictures. I haven't been over there yet, but just from the pictures it looked.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then I think, because I think then they're like a couple rows shorter too. So, yeah, it definitely feels bigger, or it feels like the crowds are bigger, which has been nice. So, good atmosphere for sure.
So a little bit about these girls, obviously. A lot of the senior group in general, just the girls, even the senior class with the boys, has been a special group to come through. There's been a lot of hardware that has been accumulated over the years, and obviously just another one that adds to their collection.
Yes.
Tell me, I mean, girls, are they going to end up having to build a trophy case just over in Kingston for just the girls side of things here before long? I mean, there's got to be something coming up somewhere along the line, because I mean, you girls just seem like you're adding trophies after trophies in there, and you're adding medals after medals. I mean, how does that play into the stigma and the mindset moving forward?
You know, I think, one, I've been blessed with a great group of kids. The senior group obviously has been tested, multiple sports, multiple seasons, that kind of thing. But with that comes, you get everybody's best punch, best effort every time. You know, so they've raised the bar as far as all sports and expectations go. My underclassmen have done a great job this season rising to that level. You know, some of them, I think, probably would like to see a little more time, but because the senior class is so talented, you know, their time might be a little bit limited, but they've done an awesome job pushing us in practice every single day. I wish you guys could see us in practice and the competition that we have and that kind of thing. So just a very special group. I've been with them since they were in 8th grade. Just love, I mean, even they're great athletes, but even better people. So just a fun group. I hope we do have to build a trophy case. I would love that. So yeah, keep them coming, ladies.
So you guys have Caseville on Monday?
Yes, at Owen Gage. Yep, second game. Yep.
How do you like your outlooks in districts?
We're one game at a time right now. You know, at the beginning of the season, we set out a couple goals of what we wanted to achieve, and we kind of got the first one. So, you know, we're taking it Monday and kind of going there. So.
And then if you win Monday, you have North Huron, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Lauren knows what she's doing up there in North Huron, so that'll be a tough test too if we get past on Monday. Yep.
So how, obviously, Beth, you play volleyball over in Kingston, and I was able to message you a little bit, and you're like, man, I'm kind of jealous because I never had the opportunity to win a league title. I mean, does it kind of take away from the coaching aspect of it, winning the title, than maybe the player aspect, or I mean, how's it balanced out?
You know, and it's funny because the more I coach, I think the more fun I have winning this way than winning as a player. I was pretty blessed as a player, but we never won a thing in volleyball. But you know, I love watching these girls get to have these experiences and these memories, and to me, just being a part of it, you know, I love being a part of a team, but just helping these kids, to me, it's 20 times better winning as a coach than it ever was as a player.
That's awesome. Hey, which one of you ladies want to step up to the mic first? Any volunteers?
Who's the captain?
Any volunteers?
Camera Carly, step up.
There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
Good job.
Carly's got it. Boom, just like that. How you doing, Carly?
Good, how are you?
Why are you so quiet for? You don't have to be quiet. It's all right. They're completely upset that I told them that I did not tell them that they're going to be. Yeah, I know.
Everybody loves big boys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Coach Hunter should take you guys out for breakfast. You are? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There you go. Absolutely. Big Boys is on the menu. Carly, finishing off your senior year, you've been blessed in many ways athletically, and you brought multiple championships along with your classmates and underclassmen to Kingston. Tell me a little bit about this senior year going on now, and kind of what emotions that you're riding right now.
It's exciting, but at the same time it's sad because like I didn't think it was gonna come like this fast. I guess like the end of the season, I didn't think it was gonna come this fast, and now that it's like here, it's just like an overwhelming feeling of happiness but sadness at the same time.
Well, I don't want to say this, but this is when I'm going to have my back turned. Hey, Cam, I know you can hear me, but we were talking to your dad on Thursday night, and he's like, man, he was pretty sad. I'm not going to lie that everything's kind of coming to an end. He says, I actually wish I had another kid coming through so I could have the sporting events. So, which is really cool. But obviously the same thing with your parents as well, Carly. I know that your mom's kind of taking it a little rough as well. I think I don't know about Dad. Dad's kind of on edge about it. He's like, I'm not sure. I don't know if there's a happy to him or a sad to him that it might be coming to an end. I'm not exactly sure. But what kind of role have obviously your parents played throughout your career here at Kingston?
They've been a huge role. They've always pushed me to do my best and to stick with it. And, you know, my dad was a good athlete in high school, so he's always got high expectations for me and how I perform, and I just try to do my best for them.
You know, I was going to say, the other night at the game, I think I heard from multiple parents they're like, enjoy your little one while they're little, because I know Larry said to me, he's like, Carly was that little at one point, now look at her. And
I know.
So, yeah, I got that advice.
It does go fast. It does go fast.
Goes very fast, absolutely. So, Carly, moving on here. Obviously, you guys have districts coming up. What's that one goal that you guys all have here, moving on into districts?
To just come every night, show up to play, and hopefully bring home another trophy.
Who is the most? What's the word I want to use? Who's the spunkiest player on the floor here? We'll call it spunkiest.
Spunkiest?
Yeah, I'd say Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn?
You know, I want to ask.
She's just sitting there smiling.
We obviously have talked about how loud it is in there.
Oh my
Who's
gosh.
the loudest on the court? Because you guys get...
Brooke's not here, but yeah.
And that is one thing. Scott and I did talk about that several times. We're like, man, it's very, very loud. So I was able to take in a couple of the volleyball games this year with you ladies, and one of the games that I was at was the Deckerville game, big game for you ladies, and I'm not gonna lie, it's one of the first times I've actually sat in the bleachers and I had the energy like hit me right away from a volleyball match, like instantly, and how loud you girls were on the court, you know, with your aces and everything. And Scott, that's one thing Scott said. He's like, those Kingston girls after an ace are so loud, it is unreal. He's like, I think they get an ace like almost every single time because it keeps echoing along.
Nice work, ladies.
But during that Deckerville match, I mean, it was very, very intense. I think you got up to 38 rallies back and forth or something like 40. It was high. It was very, very high. It was a huge amount. Tell me a little bit about those big matchups like Deckerville, Dryden, and kind of how those played out through the year.
Those are our biggest games of the season, and like we always get up for those games. So I feel like on those game nights we're extra loud just because our energy is through the roof. And
Sorry. Hey, Kim, why don't you step on up to the mic here?
all right.
All right, she says. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So, obviously, your dad stepped up, you know, and we were talking to him a little bit after the game. What kind of emotions are you riding, knowing that this is your last year and this is kind of the last time around with the group of girls that you're playing here?
She gets asked that question.
I'm very emotional
I see
person.
that.
So, I don't know. A lot of emotions are hitting me. Like I'm super excited to move on and go to college and all that, and you know, to be done with sports in a way. But I don't know. It's a lot of sadness. I don't know. I think I'm gonna miss playing with the underclassmen a lot. Hannah James has been my buddy for the past 2 years, and every time I hugged her the other night, I would cry, and I just I don't know. I'm very sad about it.
Well, one of your teammates wrote on Twitter. We're going to call her out right now. The senior here has brought more sadness than I could have ever imagined.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah? Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions.
Well, it's good emotions too, right? I
Yes.
mean, these are not sad emotions. Obviously, you know, winning league titles, things of that nature, being able to play on a home court that is freshly redone, gymnasium that is a top-notch gymnasium now, just very bright. You ladies bring the energy. It seems like every single time stepping out onto the court. What's the mindset in the school right now? I mean, is there kind of like a little bit of a buzz going around with the volleyball team at all, or is it kind of low key?
It's honestly a little low.
It's
No,
low-key.
nobody really like says anything.
It's not even
For real.
low-key.
That's how we roll. Head down,
That's how we
take
roll.
care of
That's
business.
low-key.
That's
Yeah.
almost volleyball, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's weird, you know. I know Millington's sort of been like that all year, and then all of a sudden they played Bertrand the other night, and the gym was packed, and now they're going to go in the districts and no one will show up again. So,
Yep.
but yeah, it's just weird like that with volleyball, though.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
How does that? I mean, does that affect you ladies at all? I mean,
I don't think
to
so.
any
I mean,
aspect?
sometimes we get a little bit disappointed, you know, when our student section isn't like super big or super loud, but we kind of just rely on ourselves. And
Well, you
Make
don't.
an ace.
You don't. I was gonna say, as far as the loudness factor, I don't really think it matters. Like I stated before, you ladies are definitely loud when it hits the court. What's one of the biggest memories that you're gonna have thus far, your senior year here for volleyball?
yeah. I'm gonna say it hasn't happened yet, but I guess I have to probably say the Dryden game. Like, you know, we lost the 2 sets and then
You're coming back.
come back in 3, and of course beating Sandusky in the beginning of the year. That's always a good time.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Cam. One of you ladies want to volunteer to step up next or no?
I got a question for all you guys, though.
Okay.
How do you feel your biggest school supporter here doesn't live in the town? Doesn't send his kids there? It's almost like he's cheating on Kingston.
It may happen. We'll just leave it at that.
I've
We'll
always
leave
looked
it
at
at that.
Millington.
Once
My
a
kids
cardinal,
went to
always a
Millington.
cardinal, Chris.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. You're killing me here, Christian. Come on, man.
Throw him off his game.
Exactly.
I just got ran over by a bus somewhere along the line. The license plate number, I didn't catch it, but
It was probably some number 9 on it.
yeah, it probably does say number 9 on it. Thanks, I appreciate it. Jillian, you kind of on the same aspect of everybody else. You know, a huge atmosphere for you ladies. Going to be heading in, playing the Kaysville team. How do you? You're one of those main role players on the basketball court. How does that kind of translate over to the other sports, especially volleyball for you? You know, bringing your height and your athleticism.
It's really the same for both sports, just being there for, you know that you have to show up and be there for your girls and you can't let them down, so it's kind of, it's kind of the same. You bring, intensity and do your best, so that way,
It's just like that.
Yeah,
No, that's all right. A little bit about your schedule. Obviously, you're only able to play the schedule that you guys play, and that's respected. And there can be some critics out there that say, hey, you know what? Well, you didn't play against the toughest competition. Well, you're only scheduled against the competition that you play against. Does that ever play into the factor of your ladies' heads? Is it like, oh, well, we should play tougher competition, or do we just roll about? Obviously you play what you play.
Sometimes, when people say stuff, it kind of gets us down, but we really, we take it one game at a time and we do our best, and, we're going to try and go as far as we can, so, we'll kind of show up, who we are in the end.
Well, that's exactly it. You ladies show exactly who you are in the end, and obviously we know that you ladies can play some volleyball. There's definitely no doubt about that. I've been to 3 of the matches thus far, and every match that I've seen is very loud and very extreme, and with the aces and everything else. And I actually get into the volleyball. I'm not going to lie. I brought my kids for the first time, and my kids knew nothing about volleyball. And by the time we're done, my youngest is at home taking a ball and hitting it as hard as he can against his older brother. So probably not the best thing that's ever happened. But he is digging it now. So every time I leave the house, he thinks I'm going to a volleyball game, and he wants to tag along with me because he likes the action that was brought to the floor and how loud you ladies were. So
he might be able to play in high school.
He might.
By the time he's in high school, it might be a sport. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
that'd be cool.
That's going to be one of those things that we might come out and watch you ladies when you play Kaysville, just to kind of bring that factor along. But how do the youth look up to you ladies in the sport of volleyball? Is there a lot of look up from the youth, from the girls? Do you see that at all?
Yeah, you don't really realize it when you're out there playing, but when you're going around school and all the younger kids are kind of saying hi to you, and you can really tell that they look up to you.
Yeah, no, and that goes for every sport, really. I mean, and we had the Carroll cross country team in here, and there's a lot of kids that actually. Jeff Schumber's done a great job up here in Carroll to bring on the runners at a younger level. Coach Hunters, I mean, are you having programs put in place? I mean, to try to build that volleyball program over there at all?
We're working on it. It's just kind of, this is my 4th year, and so we're kind of slowly working up to it. It has been nice to see some interest. I know these guys might not notice it because they're practicing, but with junior high and some of those younger ones, I'll see heads poking in the doors more, but that we've been at the elementary practicing quite a bit. We had a lot of younger ones watching with just mouths open, kind of the same thing. And I've had a couple of them say to me, oh my gosh, they hit the ball so hard, and it goes so fast. And yeah, it's a little bit more intense than junior high volleyball, the serve over the net and that kind of thing. So no, but it's been in the works. It's just a matter of time, and when you coach a couple different sports and getting the help, because only so many hours in a day. So,
exactly. Yes. No, 100% agree. Scotty, you want to take a quick break? We can come on back. You all right with that?
No. Actually, not because the hour flipped. Hang on.
Hour flipped. All right.
Kill some time for me.
All right. I can kill any time you got. One of you. What other girl do I want stepping up? Any girls want to volunteer right now? No. Hannah.
Jerry.
Hannah. Jerry. Hannah. No.
Spunky.
Yeah. she looks like
she saves
it. She looks just boom alive.
It's definitely a morning person.
I can tell. Very much so. Huh? So Jerry, tell me a little bit about your role on the volleyball team.
I'm libero, which means I don't get much action in the front row. But no, I enjoy it.
I didn't realize that was Italian.
That's exactly what it means.
I enjoy it. I mean, I don't think I can see myself playing any other position.
And now when you say that, and you say you couldn't see yourself playing any other position, is that an accurate statement, or do you wish you could see more of that front row? You can be honest. It's all right. The pitcher coach not here.
Yeah.
I mean, my height doesn't help me out.
I mean, she blocks at practice.
Oh yeah,
every day.
Practice. I mean, I would love to be a hitter, like a middle hitter, but it's just not for me.
It's just not for me.
Don't let her fool you. She blocks every day in practice. Yeah.
She'll talk smack.
Just need to bring the net down some.
Yeah, see? Nobody will notice. Nobody will notice at all. Tell me a little bit about your practices. I mean, how intense are the practices?
Intense. We challenge each other every practice. It's like a game almost every practice.
Who brings the ball the hardest on a serve?
Hannah McSchoolin. For sure.
Hannah, is that true? I'm going to ask you. Is that true?
I guess.
Yeah. Who brings the ball the hardest on a spike?
Probably Carly. Carly or Peyton. It depends on the day.
Depends on the day.
Mm-hmm.
And where it hits you?
That might have a little bit of an issue as well. Have any of your girls been hit really hard in the face with the hard spike? I gotta ask.
I got hit in the face. I tried.
You got hit in the face.
And I got a bloody nose.
And you got a bloody nose.
Hit me in the face.
Oh, man.
I think probably everybody, if we're in an honest moment, has probably gotten smoked once or twice at a place they wouldn't enjoy to have again happen. Yeah.
Including you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Jerry, on your senior year, you play kind of that mid role for everything. You're that team player all the way around. Tell me a little bit about your role on the volleyball team and as leader on all sports.
I try to be like a positive person, so I think I'm more of the uplifting kind of role. I don't get negative most of the time, so I think I try anyways to keep the best attitude for the girls and stuff.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, obviously, when you're on the floor and if you find yourself down, you definitely don't want any kind of negativity to be brought about. You just want that positive attitude to keep moving forward. So, yeah, I can definitely understand that. Who's one of your role models that you look up to? In the room.
Do you want to take a break now?
Like anyone or like sports?
Anyone.
Anyone?
Erica Triber.
My mom. She's my go-to girl.
There you go. That's a good answer. That's a
Safe
good
answer.
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer.
Because I would have said Chris Wilcox.
I would have never at all. So yeah, Scotty, if you want to take a break,
we can take that break right now.
Yeah,
all right, we'll come back more. Let's talk sports here on Classic Rock I92.
I was tempted to be like, what's up?
I was waiting. Go out there.
194.
What?
194.
For what?
Jack. Yeah, it's warm in here today. I don't know why. It's warm in here today. Scotty, you got the heat turned up or what?
You survived the earthquakes okay over there?
Well, Mosich is watching live in South Florida.
What's that?
Mosich is watching live in South Florida.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's going all the way to South Florida.
Yeah.
Wellington's volleyball team's really good this year, aren't they?
Yeah, they've had a really good year. They had a really good year. They lost to Bertrand the other night in 5 for the conference championship, but that would have been, I think, the first one we won in 20 years. And then obviously districts on Monday, which I think we will be tough outside of that. They should win it, but yeah, they've got a nice year.
Ready to go. So whether it's a lazy boy chair.
You all right back there, Scott?
No, our amp's going out.
Oh.
That's always a great thing. That's why it keeps going out.
Downtown Cass City today.
Who's up next? Only got 3.
Let's take a 3 left. So
Hannah's like, no, not on the radio. You're not talking. No.
I told him a couple of they didn't want to.
Okay, that's fine.
Peyton.
Peyton, do you want to
Peyton.
How many boxes of Reese's Puffs do you go through in a game?
I don't even eat those during volleyball. That's the
Only
basketball
basketball?
thing.
Oh.
Different season, different meal.
I guess. We'll have to talk about that.
Professional truck driver with a CDLA and safe driving experience.
Always got
Company to build your future with.
My pregame meal in basketball has always been since I was a kid. A bag of M&Ms and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, you always have your M&Ms.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke.
Exactly.
If it ain't broke, don't be
If you're coaching, playing, whatever.
Yeah.
Bag of M&Ms.
Routine's a thing, so I get you.
Team, you'll receive excellent medical, vision, dental, life insurance, short-term disability, paid vacations, and holidays, plus 401k and profit sharing. If you are an experienced driver or experienced
No.
She, they had a college visit today.
I don't think Anna was
She was sitting lane.
There's a lot of people going up for colleges today.
I'm going to play it anyway.
Sort of.
So when I have loaded up.
Sort of in between sports, though, so it's nice.
Ready?
Yeah, whenever you're up.
Oh, yeah, that was sad.
This is Hannah James from Kingston, and you're listening to Let's Talk Sports.
I didn't want to play any of the girls that were here and embarrass them in front of everybody, so I played Hannah. It's
There
the
you go.
safest bet 'cause she's not here.
Now
but-
you ladies can go back and make fun of her.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Sports. Obviously going over today, which who cares? There's no Michigan
There's no
football
Michigan
today,
game.
so
Overtime.
we do whatever we want.
Yes.
It's probably a good thing we didn't see overtime last night. It was a little chilly out there.
By the end of it, I was.
It was cold up.
I wore a hoodie. Like
Scott's
what
like,
an
yeah,
idiot.
why did I just wear a hoodie? I'm like, I have no idea why he didn't put many more clothes on than just a hoodie, but whatever.
You guys remember that?
didn't wear.
I did.
He brings
I was
hand
wearing-
warmers with him now.
Oh yeah.
So cheap.
See,
Don't travel without them.
I know. I used to take a space heater with me.
I got it on the iPad
See,
somehow.
But
you probably would have burned the place down.
I blew all the lights out at Reese one time with the space
Oh
heater.
my.
So it wasn't good.
Awkward.
Well, if we knocked out the
We did not go.
if we knocked out the fire siren over there in Sandusky, that might have been a good thing. 'Cause
We thought we knocked out power one time to Kingston
Oh,
during the
yeah.
basketball game, but that wasn't the case. That was the weather. But
Well,
Yeah.
the wind was strong last night. Over in Ithaca, they had that 30-foot flag off the field.
Yeah.
And that thing was just straight blowing
same
right
thing over
into
in
us.
yes. Well, obviously Sandusky with being as close as they were to be Lake Shore.
definitely feel the
Yeah, it was nice and cool.
It was so. But nonetheless, we are back here. Let's talk sports again with the Lady Cards. winning again, going undefeated this season in volleyball, and also picking up the NCTL Stars Division Championship. When did you guys actually capture that? When did you clinch that? Was that against Dryden the other night, or were you already the champ then?
Tuesday would have been when we clinched
okay,
it. Yep.
And then you got the trophy on Thursday. So.
Yeah, someone couldn't make it on Tuesday.
Who's that?
Me. Had the plane.
The plane, yeah, exactly. Who we got over there? I can't see.
You got to look at Peyton.
Oh, okay, all right. I
Peyton
can't see her on the computer. I apologize.
Hi.
How you doing this morning, Peyton?
I'm good.
So we were talking about this off air, and I asked you how the pregame Reese's Puffs was going. You said, "Oh no, that's basketball."
Yeah, that's only basketball.
So with that being said, what's for volleyball now?
You know, it's whatever Liberty Lions wants to make for dinner that night. I mean, it's always good though.
That's how you roll now, huh?
Yeah.
I need to get hooked up with that system.
I guess. Hey, there's
I'm just going to show up at their house and see what happens.
There is nothing wrong with that. So I don't know if Liberty's listening out there, but if that's the case, sounds like a team meal from now on. Or, Hey, Peyton, tell us a little bit about your role this year on the volleyball team.
Well, I think being a junior on the team and the rest are starters, I really have to like step it up and show them that I can play as well as they can, and I don't know, that's
How much fun has it been playing with a group of seniors that you have in front of you?
Oh, it's been great, honestly. Like, I would not want to play with any other group of volleyball players. Like, this is my team. Like, I don't want anyone else. These are my girls.
Now, we got two underclassmen here today, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just two underclassmen. So, and I hate doing this, especially when you ladies are on a roll, but looking towards next year, obviously, you got some seniors in the room that are going to be gone, but you got some underclassmen. They're going to be stepping up and filling those roles. I mean, you know, you're going to be looked to next year. These underclassmen, you know, that are your juniors are going to be looked to next year. I mean, what kind of role is that going to play for you next year, that knowing that people are going to be looking up to you?
Oh, a huge role. I mean, I have some big shoes to fill. I mean, like, and then I got to show that the underclassmen I can do as well as our seniors now. So.
Well, that's one thing, right? And not only that, but you also have those youth that are still looking up to you, and you gotta, you know, you have to encourage and you have to enlighten them along the way, and you wanna draw them into a sport that obviously you're passionate about playing, or you want to play. And so moving forward here, district play, ultimately a district championship is obviously what's on your ladies' radar all the way through. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to ask it, what's the confidence level Kingston Cardinals walk out with the district title?
Man, I don't know. Probably a solid 10. I mean,
solid
confidence
10.
all the way.
Drop mic at your
Yes.
Got a caller real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be Let's Talk Kingston Sports here in a second now. Let's Talk Sports, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Dave. Coach. Dave said hi.
Morning, Coach.
I was afraid to answer because it's after 11 o'clock. I was afraid somebody's calling the trading post to sell their lawnmower, so I didn't want to answer the phone.
If you're selling your lawnmower, Dave, I'll take it, so it's okay.
You better give me a good deal. Not much lawnmower.
Your horse, I will though.
Did you guys all hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're just trying to live up to the bar that all the other sports have been setting around the town here for a bit. So, well, hopefully we start the year off the right way, and you guys can continue it up in the winter.
Yeah, just like that. No, thanks, Coach Lester. It's obviously it's much appreciated, and you know, we can see how emotional some of these girls are in here, especially with the senior year kind of coming to a close and whatnot. And obviously, hey, you've got basketball season on your heels right now, so that's going to be starting up here shortly with your side, and you guys have some big expectations as well.
We do, but we're looking forward to the girls making a long run, and then then we'll obviously worry about our after that. I think right now it's all about the girls. I hope that our get those games and we get a big crowd, and
Hey, Coach, real quick. I mean, we've talked about this before. What is one of the things that you would maybe like to see a little bit more? I know that we had talked about the student sections and before. I mean, really getting loud. I mean, you know, we see a lot of these communities that travel very, very well to a lot of other areas. I mean, how has Kingston been here recently?
You know, we do have really good crowds. I think part of the deal, I think maybe we'll probably say that, the Needham had a lot of games where they just blown, they haven't had a whole lot of competition. They've just been absolutely dominant. But I think that once that you see them getting up against a better team, you'll see our community come out. But, you know, for basketball, I would say our crowds are fantastic. But you know what? I'm a little bit critical because I feel like the crowd can't be loud enough. You know, if it isn't loud in there, I just think, what the heck is going on? You know, it should be louder. But that's me, you know. I mean, I'm all for when you call your pregame music. I'm all for being as loud as you can possibly be in there, and you know, I want it to be an event, and I just hope that our fans can, you know, like I said, you know, we need to be following the road this week and next week and the week after that, and you know, we need to make some noise. You know, we've got a really good community, but we can be louder. So, you know.
He wants it loud so the officials can't hear him jawing at him.
I actually banned Dave from Let's Talk Sports last week for a short period of time because he was rooting for Michigan State. I messaged him. I said, "You're banned from Let's Talk Sports."
Yes. Oh.
There was no doubt about that game.
No, none whatsoever.
Well, thanks, Coach, for calling in, and yeah, definitely have to agree with all that, and hopefully they
Good
come on
luck
out.
this winter, Coach. And I'm sure we'll talk to you again.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, we're losing them.
Yep.
All right, Coach.
Darn.
Talk to you soon.
Darn Thumb Cellular.
Yep, we'll talk to you soon. Calling out Thumb Cellular.
No,
Our pregame sponsor.
No, you didn't.
Now we're going to
No,
lose
you
them
did
as our
not.
sponsor after like 30 years. But
no, you did not.
Nonetheless, back to
Yeah.
shifting back over. But yes, I definitely agree, and hopefully Kingston comes out and cheers them on, and no matter what game it is in the districts.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Peyton, a couple quick questions here, and we'll kind of wrap up because I know a couple of the other girls don't want to be on the mic, and that's fine. I absolutely understand. Because hey, guess what? You're like, Anna, you want to be?
I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. All right, cool.
Warm up to it.
All right, she's warming up. I have no problem.
She's the one to go first.
Yeah, that's exactly. I understand. So, Peyton, your junior year, biggest memory thus far in your junior year, not being Dryden.
Probably senior night, you know, just, I don't know, that hit me so hard just because I love all of my seniors, and it was like, it like hit me like, man, I'm not going to have them next year, and I was like, yeah.
It's hard. You know, obviously you only play together for a certain period of time, but you can make friends for a lifelong time. So I think that's where it you know, it all boils down to, and it's a great atmosphere to have, especially in, you know, I think people take high school sports for granted to a certain degree, and they don't realize until it's over that they wish they could have some of those moments back. So yeah, be very fortunate of what you currently have, and hold on to those moments. Obviously, the memories, and we can kind of go from there.
What do you guys do? Something special for senior night? No.
We had our usual like senior night ceremony.
Yeah.
We got things falling there. We're all right. It's okay.
My fault. We had our mental breakdown.
Just up a 9.1 Quake registered.
Actually, it was 9.2.
Hold on to your lawn chairs.
That's all right. Anna, you want to step up?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go.
So we had to raise the mic.
Yeah, that's true. We can go a little bit more height over here now. Probably the tallest player?
Yeah.
The tallest player?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your role here on the volleyball team this year.
Obviously I play a smaller role because I'm a junior, but I feel like, you know, practice, there's a lot of competition, so like I'm there like either blocking or hitting against them, so like they're always there for the competition.
Well, I see you during some of the warm-ups, and obviously you can bring it pretty hard, okay? When you girls go to spike a ball at all, and you're in the front row, I mean, is there anything that like you're imagining at that point in time, like just to really kill it?
Yeah, just like hit it good, like spots, you know, either spots or hard, and try to get it.
I was waiting for like my brother's face. That's what I was waiting for out of you.
So how many times in your life have you gone up and it's just been a bad set and you just completely whiffed?
A lot. Yeah.
So those bad sets, those always come from the setter?
No, it's probably
Settee?
not the bad sets. It's like, you know, not timing and like hit it with like the side of my hand or missing completely.
Forearm.
Yeah. I got a question for you. The seniors, out of the seniors, which one is the most likely to make you laugh?
Probably Jalen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. No doubt about it. Out of your year so far playing volleyball, this been the best year so far? I mean, and I'm including obviously like junior high, things of that nature. I mean, as a group, I mean, has this kind of been more of a memorable, I guess, run thus far?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like the seniors make a difference. Like they're definitely the best group I've played with.
So you and Peyton obviously have a lot of shoes to fill come next year, and a lot of the other juniors as well. How does that play in your role this season?
I don't know. Kind of makes me nervous. Like that next year, like it's gonna be a different game. Like we're gonna try our best to be like the seniors, but it's gonna be for sure hard.
Do you think that you have that? I mean, do you have expectations that you think that you have to follow from the senior class or no?
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna come back to the games and be like watching and for sure like pressure.
Peyton was back there nodding too, like yeah. If I don't do this right, like they're gonna yell at me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be yelled at. I understand it. So, well, ladies, absolutely. Hannah, are you sure? Okay, one last time. You sure she's good? All right. Hannah at school and says, "I'm sure I don't want to be. I don't want to be." So, ladies, thank you very much.
Yes.
Awesome season thus far. So, thanks for coming on up. You can't take off yet, though. So.
Well, thanks for having us. We appreciate
Yeah,
all the love this season too. Appreciate it.
You want to talk any football? I mean, more football? You want to run down real quick?
You want to run down some scores real quick?
Scores real quick, yeah.
I have them if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead.
All right, Division 4 districts. St. Clair over Yale, big, 70-34. Now they take on the winner of North Branch Croslex, who was North Branch. It says 44-41. Was that the final?
Yes, it was.
Wow. North Branch slipping by with a win. Elmont over Bertram, 36-14. Frankenmuth over Richmond, 2017. So big rematch there.
7-7 game at halftime.
There you go. The big rematch there between Elmont and Frankenmuth. And obviously the Millington Cardinal is knocking off Ithaca last night, 50-33. On the other side, Montrose all over Hemlock, who Hemlock, from what I understand, ran out of quarterbacks at one point.
Yes, both the quarterbacks got injured early, and they ran wildcat formation the whole game. So
54-0 in that game. D7, New Lothrop all over Laker, 55-12. Cass City over Sandusky in our game of the week, 32-28. So now New Lothrop, Cass City meeting up. I'm interested to see how that game goes. Obviously, New Lothrop, a different kind of beast. D8, Ubley over MLS, 30-28. Good game over there. In that
huge win by Ubley, a game that MLS led the whole time.
Now they get the rematch against Harbor Beach, as Harbor Beach all over Saginaw New Bell, 26-6.
Harbor Beach's first win ever against New Bell. They were 0-5, all games in the playoffs coming into the game.
8 player, do we want to talk about that, ladies?
Heck yeah. Pigford, #1 team in the state. Luke Batho, offensive tackle or offensive guard. Yeah, my cousin.
It's your cousin.
Yes.
All Gray Sims though over Mayville, 58-6. And then obviously no Deckerville over Kingston, 54-16.
Ouch.
And now I have a stupid Deckerville banner in my basement.
Ouch. That's even worse.
Before anybody calls me out, I married a Deckerville Eagle, just so everybody knows. So when I trash talk them, I'm allowed to do it because I live with an Eagle. I have to hear about it all the time when they win. Oh, the Deckerville Eagles are so good. And I went to Sandusky, so they're a big rival of ours. I respect them, but I don't like them. Elsewhere,
you respectfully hate them?
Yeah, that's right. Maurice over Genesee, 57-0. Anything else tonight? Today, a couple games going on. We have PAC at Portland, St. Patrick, and Kinney North Huron at Posen. Both of those games coming up. PAC at 5 o'clock, Kinney North Huron at 1 o'clock. And we're going to lead right on into this.
Big player of the week. Hey.
Sing it, Christian.
Super freak. She's super freaky.
Jack Shreve, our male athlete of the week once again this season, as he goes off last night against Ithaca. 197 yards, 3 touchdowns and 29 rushes, along with 8 tackles and 2 sacks to go with that. Not a bad night at all.
Great night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey Cam, you had a pretty good week, right? You think it was freak nasty worthy?
Not
Cam McGuire, you're our freak nasty athlete of the week. Female side, 55 assists, 7 aces, 3 kills, block, 21 service points, and also going undefeated on the season. We're going to give it to the whole team, but I don't know if you guys want the whole shirt, like, I guess you guys can hang it up somewhere. Come on. We tried to give out to, I think we gave it to Kingston's girls squad a couple years ago. Like
the whole team, I believe so, yeah.
Where that shirt ended up, I have no idea, but
might be in the locker or the trophy case.
Could be. I mean, if you want to display the trophy,
it's better than a district trophy.
That looks like
I'll tell Carl
Coach Hunter was looking at you a little odd over there.
All right, well, ladies, thank you for coming in, and next time we'll warn you when cameras are rolling in the studio.
Thank
you. Yeah, absolutely.
Christian?
Hey, go enjoy your brunch.
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're buying, right? That was what I heard?
Let me check.
I must have maybe misunderstood it.
He should for cheating on Kingston the way he does.
You want to get yeah. Okay, all right. So we will talk to you guys next Friday, hopefully from Montrose. More than likely Friday.
I would assume so. But the last time we went over there was a Saturday, so.
All right. So again,
we'll find out Monday.
That'll be our game of the week. I just talked to Rick Laza, and he said that there is room. It's kind of tight and there's small, but hopefully we can get on that. We can get over there.
Is he still doing games?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He dropped Great Lakes Sports Network.
Okay.
They're no longer doing it, unfortunately. So I just asked him if he misses it, and he said,
no,
not really. Some people just they enjoy getting out of the game.
True.
It's like me in fantasy football. I finally gave it up, and I enjoy NFL again.
I am kicking butt fantasy this year.
I'm not playing.
I'll show you my team afterwards.
All right. We're out of here. Go to commercial, come back, more classic rock. It is I-92. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks a lot.